All right, guys, I'm going to making this tutorial to show you how to use Adobe Spark for your next assignment in class. Um, I'm having you guys watch this before class so you can get a pretty good idea about how to use it. You can practice with it. So when it's time to use it in class, you won't waste a lot of time trying to figure out how to use it. So the first thing we're going to do is you guys are going to, there is a way to access it through Clever, but for whatever reason, you cannot, when you click on it in Clever, it's giving a plain white screen and it's just stuck on the screen. So we could go access it directly through the web page. So in the search bar, you're going to put spark.adobe.com, hit enter, and you're going to come on to this login screen. Now, do not go on this side of the screen. Even though it says log in with Google, and that's what we, do for everything, you want to go to the right side where it says teacher or student. Then you want to log in with school account. Click there. This is where you're going to hit continue with Google. So once you hit continue with Google, you're going to make sure that your school PGCPS account comes up. And if not, that's the account that you want to put in. And then you will get this dashboard, which will have, as you can see, I already have projects that I've started. And then they have templates that you can use. So I just want to show you the example that I made for what you guys are going to create. You are going to create vocabulary cards using this Spark post. And so this is what I did. You're going to be given a word. The word was evidence. You guys have to find the definition. You have to find a part of speech. You have to find the synonyms. And you have to find a picture that represents that vocabulary word. I happen to make my picture animated. You don't have to do that. You can if you want. But this is going to be a final result of what you guys are going to do. Now, obviously, this is where I want your creativity to kind of show here. And you can do literally any color, any font, any picture, anything. Try to be as creative as possible. And if you don't think you're very creative, like I said, they have ways, even if you just put your text on the post, they will come up with different templates for you to use. So you don't even have to come up with, some of this, these backgrounds and fonts. It'll do it for you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to what I originally put. If you notice, I'm just hitting undo at the top, and that will undo any changes that I've made. All right, now let's go and show you how to do your post. So I'm going back to the home page or the dashboard, and a couple things you could do. You could hit this plus sign to make a new project. You can go scroll down here and look at the choices down below. You can go off of a template that is provided. Couple things you could do. We're going to go ahead and just click here where it says custom size graphic. And then under where it says select a site, you want popular. And then you want square, the 1-to-1, 1 inch by 1 inch. Okay. So square is selected, then you hit next. So that's going to give us a blank square to work from. Now, a couple things you could do. You can choose one of these pre-made templates. And then you can substitute the pictures and words if you want. I would rather start from scratch. And then once you put your information on here, then you can go through and it'll automatically find ways to enhance what you've already written. So I'm going to hit the plus sign that says add. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add my text. What is my vocabulary word? And the vocabulary word that we are using is border. I'm going to put it in all caps, BORDER. Now, this is just a sample. Obviously, you guys are going to have different vocabulary words. Now, a couple things that we could do. This is what it starts off with. Don't need to use this font. It gives me all kinds of different fonts that I can use. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use that font. Second thing, the color, I don't have to use this color. Again, if you click on color, it will give you options for colors. Right now, I'm just going to do black and white until I figure out what I want to do. Okay. The second thing, and just to show you, I could click this and move it up. Okay. Second thing I want to do is I need to find definition, synonyms, and part of speech. So I'm just going to open up a new tab and I'm going to do a Google search and I'm going to put these words: define, FINE, and then colon, and then my word border, BORDER. So define, colon, border. And then it's going to give me the definition, and it's going to give me part of speech. So if you look right here, definition, part of speech, and if I click here, I can get the synonyms if needed. So right here, synonyms. I don't like how this website looks though. I don't know what's wrong with that. All right, so my definition: border is the part or edge of a surface or area that forms its outer boundary, or the line, limit, or delimiting geographic feature that separates one country, state, province, etc. from another. Okay, so I'm going to, looking at these two, this first definition seems to be the best one. So I'm going to copy and paste that definition, add text, add your text. Uh-oh, what just happened? Did it not copy? Let's try this again. All right, there we go. So there's my text. Okay, now the next thing, if you notice, there are, we can change the color in just a second. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to add the part of speech, add our text, part of speech is noun, and I know that because that's what it says right here, part of speech. Done. And I'm not making any of my design choices yet. I'm just putting the information on here first. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to add my synonyms. So it says, I don't see any synonyms on here, but it says see synonyms for border on thesaurus.com. All right, synonyms. So we have boundary, line, outskirt. I'll take those first three: boundary, line, and outskirt. So I'm going to add again text. All right, so there now. So now I could go through and I've added all of my text. Now I could go through and change or do things to the shapes, the effects, the colors, the type. So here I'm going to go through and I want this to probably be a little smaller. Okay. I definitely want this one smaller. Now you could click and drag to make it smaller, or if you click on it and this right here, you could hit size. Okay. You can also spread it out. You can see this little curvy. You can turn it. Okay. Now, I don't necessarily like the color. So let's see. Do I want those colors? Do I want that color? Actually, I'm going to wait until I do my picture before I do the colors. So here I'm going to add, and I need a picture. I need a picture to represent border. Now I can add either an icon, which is kind of a clip art picture. And so it'll give me these choices, or I could go to here and add a photo. Now I can either have a photo that I've already downloaded from my own computer, or I can find right here, find free photos, and type in border. Uh-oh, I spelled it wrong. All right, so these are my options for border. So I think I'm gonna go with now, these are your choices where it says pin to background or move freely. If you pin to background, that means the entire background is going to be that border. Or you can say move freely, where you have a picture that you can move around. I'm going to say pin to background. Okay, I like that. So now I have my border in the background. This fence represents border. Now what I can do is I can change my, if you look at the filters, change the color. Okay. Go back to add. I'm sorry. If you don't like this, you can replace it. If you don't like it in the background, you can completely remove the background. Or like I said, you can change it to move freely like this. And if I wanted to make it smaller and then just have the picture in the middle of my, I could do it just like that too. Okay, but I liked it on the background. I liked it better like that. All right, and so click on your words. And again, you have the option of how you want your words to look. Do you want them, if you click on effects, you can have no effects. You can change it to shadow, outline, you cut out. So these are your options for that. If you look here and hit secondary, they can make some changes for that. If you don't like that style, you can hit the trash can. Okay. You can click the style. Now, if you click on style, then you get this circle. If you click on the circle, it changes the style. Okay. So it gives you some more options. Okay. And then obviously you could go backwards. All right. And so there's your change your style. Again, you could change the colors. So now that I've chosen my colors, I can do no, I didn't want to do that. Do something like that. Okay. So that's completely up to you. Again, the type here will change the font. You don't have to go with the font that is given. And that's about it. So once you say, you know what, I like the way it looks. Oh, sorry, there's one more thing you can do. You can add there should be a way for you to add animation. Okay, it may not be available right here. All right. So now once you're happy with it, oh yes, sorry, you click off and click here and see where it says animation. Click on there, and then what it does is you can decide what kind of animation you want. You can change the animation on the photo. Okay. So you could do that. That would be animation. So to get to the animation, you would just click off on the white part of the screen. And I believe that's about it. So now that you've done this, this is what it will do. It will take what you've done, and if you don't like it, if you click design, it can make these different variations in your design. So it'll take what you've done here and it will make it look like this over here. So it'll take the picture that you've used, the words that you've used, it'll do all of that and change it here. Okay. So, like I said, completely up to you. And then obviously, if you don't like any of the changes, just keep hitting undo until you get back to your original there. Now, once you finish, you want to hit share and then you want to hit publish. What you're going to do is you're going to hit link and it's going to create a link for you. however long that takes. And while we're waiting for this, I am going to pull up the I'm going to pull up the Padlet that you guys are going to post your link on. Now the Padlet is going to be, the link is going to be directly on the sheet you have. All right, so you're going to find your period. Let's see, let's go back here. Now your link has been created. You want to hit the word copy, and you want to make sure that says copied after you hit it. Go to your Padlet, and then you want to hit the plus sign under your period. And then you want to hit these three dots. Well, you could do a couple things. You could hit, since we're doing direct links, hit this icon right here where it says link. And then you've already copied it. So you want to Control V to paste. And your link should appear. There we go. So now your link has appeared. The only problem is on your on the Padlet, the problem is that it does not do the animations. So you would have to click directly on the click directly on it. Go to view full post. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Oh, sorry, view original. You have to go to view original to see the actual animation. Okay, so on the Padlet will only give kind of like a snapshot. So this is how you have to, this is what you have to do to see the full animation. Click on it and then go to view full post, and then view original. And that will take you to the original link, and you can see the animation that goes with it. And you see here has the play button. That's only if you do an animation. Animation is not required. All right, so once you've done that, what I want you to do, again, make sure that if your name does not appear, you need to make sure you type your name in the title if it says anonymous. Other than that, that is what you guys are going to end up doing tomorrow for your assignment. Hopefully this was helpful, and this video will be available on the day of the assignment.